my goodness. So I'm outside today, thank goodness. It is so many goodnesses. It is a cooler day, and so my heat intolerance is like not as bad. Whew, thank goodness. So I wanted to talk about some exciting things happening. Number one is that I was featured in the Landenberg Today, which is a part of the Chester County Press, so like my local publications in this area in Pennsylvania, and they published my TEDx talk. So not the whole thing, but they published a lot at the beginning, and then they're like, you can go here to, you know, watch the rest of it, or look this up on YouTube to watch the rest of it. So freaking cool. So I will put a link here. You can go check it out, and there's a little bit of like extra information at the beginning as well. And there's some other really cool articles in there too, but I'm really excited about that. And huge shout out to Richard Gaw for getting that to happen. For some reason it said like, by C.R. Ryan Wallach, and I was like, Richard Gaw made this happen. Like I didn't do anything. Yes, I wrote the TEDx talk, but Richard Gaw made it happen. So huge shout out to him. Thank you so much for just making it happen, and I'm like so honored and so grateful. So I will put a link below. Go check it out. I can't believe it. It's so cool. It's like so surreal to see your face and your name. Like I was in the index too, like the contents, and my face was there, and I was just like, oh my gosh, that's me. So really cool. I'm also feeling a lot better today because I have off. So from today's Thursday until Sunday when we have our event, I took off meetings other than meeting with April a little bit earlier today. So I'm feeling like the pressure is off me to have to prepare for meetings, to have to save energy for meetings. I have a really bad headache that's just been plaguing me. I had it all night, and I do not sleep well when I have a headache. So I'm dealing with that. So I'm definitely like resting when my body tells me I need to rest, bug. But I'm really excited to be able to like do deep work, respond to a bunch of messages, respond to a bunch of emails, get ready for the event. I think tomorrow I'm gonna do a lot of homework still that I need to do. So, you know, there's just so much going on. I also am writing a letter of recommendation for college for my mentee. I am so proud of her and really honored to be asked to write a letter of recommendation for her college application process. Like that's a huge deal. So that's a big thing that I am, you know, a big honor that I am really trying to do an amazing job with as much as I can. So I'm working on that too. So yeah, doing all of that. Also, my goal for September, I have 4 goals. One is to do $2,000 in revenue for upcycle design. Another one is to do inbox 0 to finally, hopefully get to 0 unresponded to messages in my email. Get that to 0. So nothing is in my email inbox. I have a lot of emails, so this is just for my UTEL email, but everything has been responded to that needs to be responded to, and I have 0 in my inbox. Everything else is in folders. Right now I have 66. It fluctuates day to day. I probably get 50 emails a day, so it fluctuates between 60 to 100 every day. And so that is my goal for the month of September, and if I win, I'm gonna put a screenshot right here of the gift that I'm giving myself, because I really wanted this fanny pack that is like a really cool, it looks like a festival fanny pack, but it also be perfect for my hikes. If I am able to go on hikes sometime soon and not have heat intolerance, I really need like a lighter pack that's not like a backpack to go on hikes, and it would be perfect for like my phone, my Kindle maybe, you know, other necessities, my keys, all of that. It's like the perfect size. So I really wanted it. It's not super expensive, which is great, but I'm like, okay, you don't need it, you want it. So work for it. So my goal is by the end of this month to get there. If I get there before then, great, I can order it immediately. So like I am very dedicated and really want to do that. So yeah, I have a bunch of goals for September. Those were 2 of them. My other goals for September are 1, to hit 100 books read so far this year. I already hit it. It was earlier in September. I think it was the first week of September when I hit that goal. And the other one is to start a podcast. And that is what I'm gonna be doing in my class. So it's gonna happen, and I'm very excited. So those are the 4 goals for September. We'll see how many I reach by the end of the month. Fingers crossed. Hopefully I can pull them all out. We'll see. All right, the last like crazy exciting thing that happened is Jason Feifer, the editor-in-chief of Entrepreneur Magazine, launched a book. And so I pre-ordered the book, and one of the bonuses of getting the pre-order was he would send you a voice message. You could ask him any business advice at all, and he would send you a voice recording. And so I actually asked him about writing because he obviously just wrote this book, and I was like, hey, you know, I wrote this book this year and I did NaNoWriMo, you know, and there's this crazy big push, and I got the rough draft done, and I haven't really gone back to it at all. How would you recommend going back and editing? So I was basically asking about editing, and he sent me back like a 5-minute voice memo. I can't believe it. I'm just gonna like show you the first part of it to prove that it actually happened and remember this moment because it's so cool. All right, here we go. This was the first part of it. Let me turn the sound up so you can like really hear.
Hey Sierra, I'm walking through Manhattan, so figured I'd answer your question while I do. So sorry for the noise.
Oh my goodness. That was so incredibly cool, and he gave me 5 minutes of his time answering my question, giving me incredible advice and feedback, and I am like so incredibly grateful. So if you want advice and feedback, this is like not sponsored in any way, he did not ask me to do this, but if you want feedback and advice from Jason, he does like coaching and consulting sessions. I mean, he gives incredible advice because I'm on his newsletter list. I get, you know, newsletters a couple times a week, and I learn something from every single newsletter, every single one. And I'm on a lot of newsletter lists, and some are like very hit or miss. His is the best newsletter out there. So go check it out. Build for Tomorrow. That is also the name of his book. So go order his book. I just got it in the mail, so now I get to read it because I pre-ordered it. So yeah, that was like a surreal experience because I met Jason probably 5 years ago at a Next Gen Summit. Then I met him, I think, at another Next Gen Summit. Then I met him at a Diamond Challenge Summit, like locally. So our paths have crossed several times, and I've reached out to him several times being like, thank you so much for the value that you create. He's an awesome podcast as well that I learned so much from. His 4-Hour Workweek podcast blew my mind. So like, he is creating so much value, and he has a full-time job as the editor-in-chief of Entrepreneur Magazine. Like, I don't know. And then he has like a child, like he has an incredibly balanced life, and I am so, like, it blows my mind. And he responded to my message within like 24 hours when I was like, here is like the proof that I pre-ordered this book. Could you, you know, give me tips on this? Boom, responded. I was like, oh my goodness. So huge shout out to Jason. Like, go check out his stuff. His newsletter is just beyond belief incredible. So highly recommend it. And yeah, it's provided a lot of value to my life, so hopefully it can provide value to your life. So that was just something I wanted to share because that's like a huge moment for me, because he is like one of my huge inspirations, and I really look up to the work he's doing. And so to get that like personal connection blew my mind. So grateful. So all right, I'm gonna get back to work. I'm gonna go work on this letter of recommendation for my mentee. But just so grateful, and I'm just having moments of just extreme gratitude because I get time off. That's really the big thing, is that I'm feeling much better because I don't have meetings and I'm less stressed. So I can expend energy on my vlog if I want to, and then yes, maybe I'll pay for it later, but I don't have anything later that, you know, I absolutely need to do like a meeting. So yeah, that's honestly probably a huge shout out. Like, my body is being like calling out, like, you feel a lot better when you don't have meetings. Maybe you should do less meetings because they just take so much energy for me to be on, you know? So we're working on it. We're always a work in progress, and this is my current work in progress. All right, I'm gonna go freak out a little bit more over Jason's message and go play it to my mom. So all right, let's do this.